And so now we're going to prepare the trout.
Beautiful trout.
So it's Pocono trout. We get that from a local supplier. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a rock shrimp mousse.
Beautiful.
So we're going to take the we're going to take some rock shrimp.
Look at those. Where are they from? Florida?
They are from Florida. Yep. And we're going to just add the shrimp.
And this is just a industrial food processors. Basically, we have this Electrolux
Correct.
processor.
So then we're just going to puree the shrimp. And then they are going to be fine chopped. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 egg white to this.
Now, why just the white?
So you don't want the fat of the egg yolk. You're essentially using the white to bind it into a mousse, and it's going to make it light and fluffy.
We need this yolk?
We do not.
Okay.
And we're just going to pour that in.
Is that going to whip it some air into that?
It will. It's gonna bind the mousse, and then it's going to also there's going to be air incorporated into it. Correct. And we're just gonna scrape down the sides because you want this to be a smooth mixture. So we're just gonna scrape the sides down.
So really smooth and finely ground.
Correct.
Homogeneous.
Then we're gonna add a little salt, little cayenne pepper,
Nice.
and then we're gonna add a little bit of cream.
So you want
And
the
then
fat from the cream instead of the egg yolk.
Correct. And then we're going to add a little bit. Now at this point, we're going to pulse it instead of turning the Roboco on, only because you don't want to over whip the cream. It's going to break. So you
okay.
just want to, pulse it and incorporate it into the mousse. All right, we're going to add a pinch of tarragon.
And this is an Electrolux Roboco, which is one of our featured products.
And we're going to add a little bit of parsley. So we have the cayenne pepper, the parsley, and the tarragon.
So we're kind of carrying the same herbs through here as we are in the sauce.
So we're going to pulse that, and we're going to scrape it down again.
All right.
Okay, and then we are going to we want to keep scraping the sides. This is gonna become a really nice smooth puree. Okay, so we're gonna just pulse it again. Okay, and then finally we're going to add just a little bit of freshly ground black pepper.
I love how you watch over that so intensely, like it's a child.
Yeah, it's it's easy to break if you over whip the cream. So we're just going to add a little fine ground black pepper, and then we're going to put that into a piping bag.
You always like to use the disposable bags as opposed to the cloth?
Yeah, especially when you're using fish.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, you don't want to go
wanna-
from fish to buttercream.
or pastry cream or something like that. So we're just going to put this into the disposable bag.
It's a very simple mixture. Could you use other shrimp, just a traditional?
Sure, of
pink
course.
shrimp?
Yep, that will work fine. The rock shrimp tend to be a little sweeter, so that adds a really nice dimension to the dish. So now for our trout, we're gonna just butter a piece of parchment paper a little bit, and just spread that out.
And this is already, deboned.
And this is already deboned.
But skin on and skin side down.
Skin side down.
Nice. And you're making like a fish sandwich. It looks like where
Just
the trout is the bread.
Essentially, that's what we're doing. And with that nice shrimp mousse inside. And we're just gonna, the great thing about the Electrolux combi ovens is, the steam injection for fish is just gonna keep it so moist.
Yes.
And it's gonna cook evenly, and they're just amazing to work with. We actually have 2 of them at the hotel.
Do you? And we've
yeah.
worked with this here multiple times, and it's always a chef favorite, I have to say.